tell me about the projects which you have done in JavaScript or React.js.
So in JavaScript, I have cloned 1mg, where I
Mm-hmm.
learned full stack web development.
Okay.
But I love to front end, so I have choose my front end part there.
Mm-hmm.
So I have created a project in JavaScript
Mm-hmm.
where I have cloned the front page of that website,
Mm-hmm.
and the project I created in Unit 2. After that I created a project in React where I
Okay.
clone MyGlam. MyGlam website is a cosmetic website. So I have tried to clone front end of that website, and now I am updating the website with backend. So I am working on that also, and I have created a clone of both earphones. So they sell of both earphones and earbuds. So in that website, also I have created a fully functionality, and I am also connecting Node and Mongo to that website.
Okay.
So totally, I have created three projects and too many small projects like food app, YouTube app, and this by my own, not by copying something or that.
Okay. So some
Yes.
of these are clone. Is any one of these are used as a live project by someone else? Like maybe you have deployed all of them, but is any of them is a live project?
Uh, yes, I have deployed, but currently the projects are not working because I have removed the front end database. So now I am working on that, but I
Mm-hmm.
can show you the front end part only. But this is not fully functional because I have removed the data, and I am working to connect. I am working on that project to connect MongoDB database for that.
Okay. So you
Yes.
said you love to work on front end. So what
Yes.
specific things you mean by that? Like you like good designs, you want JavaScript programming, or what exactly you are saying?
Basically, when I learn JavaScript, so I feel it's so hard because we have to in JavaScript where if we want to loop anything, so we have to write React. We have to write uh, document.create element for this
Mm-hmm.
document.create element and thing. If you want to loop something,
Mm-hmm.
so this is very hard. So my friend tell me to learn JavaScript, and in our school
Mm-hmm.
they are starting from Unit 4. So basically, what I do, I started learning 1 month before. So when I started learning React, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm found it very helpful because in React we can we can write code very easily,
Okay.
and React
Compared
React is a
to
very
compared to
compared to
what?
JavaScript
Okay.
compared to JavaScript because in JavaScript if you want to loop anything, so we have to write the whole document.create element. But React does, React directly gives the power to create the tags. Like we can write the tag direct p tag, HTML. Uh, in JavaScript we have to write document.create element, but in React, what React gives us power, we can write directly p tag,
Mm-hmm.
a tag, which tag we want to write, we can directly write in React. So React is beneficial for front end.
When you say you
And
can directly write in React, you
yes,
what you mean? Like you can also write in HTML p tag. How React p tag is more helpful to you?
when we want to create dynamic things, like if you want to
Yeah.
loop something, so
Yeah.
what we have to do in JavaScript, we have to, if we want to write a p tag, so we have to create that tag first, document.create element p. Or if you want to create any tag, div tag, so we have to create that first. But React gives us power to directly create that.
Okay.
So we can directly write curly braces in between and directly write our JavaScript code inside that.
Okay.
So it will be very easy to write code in React.
Yeah. So do you know what is this declarative? People say React is declarative. What is declarative?
Yes, declarative programming is where we can see the logic in front of us.
Hmm.
So we can declare the logic, so we can see directly. In
Okay.
React, we use declarative programming.
So what is the opposite of declarative? What is the different approach? If there is declarative, what is the other style? Do you know?
Mm, No, sorry, I don't know that.
Yeah, yeah. So it is called imperative. So have you heard imperative
Okay.
style?
No, I have not heard this.
Yeah. But actually, imperative was what you were telling before. Like you have to document dot. That approach is called imperative. Okay,
Okay, okay, okay.
where you don't have the logic right there, and you have to
Yes,
pick it from somewhere, and you are writing. So
yes,
imperative
yes, yes.
style. Okay,
Okay, okay,
okay, nice. So I'll jump to some JavaScript questions because they are somewhat related
okay.
to React.
Yes.
So, have you used function components or like class components? Which you are using?
So I am using functional components only.
Okay, you are using function components.
Yes, because I
So,
have learned version 18. So in version 18, we have only used functional components.
so then you must have used map function in JSX.
Yes, yes,
Okay. So, what is this map function? Like, is there any other function like this in JavaScript?
yes. We have basically map, reduce, for each, and another one, but I can't recall it. So we have this function like, so in map function, what
Mm-hmm.
we have give three parameters: element, index, and array. So
Mm-hmm.
if we want to loop an array,
Mm-hmm.
so I will give an example. If our data is if we fetching a data,
Mm-hmm.
and if we fetching a data, then what we will do, we will took a state,
Mm-hmm.
data, set data, and in that use state we will declare an array.
Okay.
So we will after fetching we will set data to that data in fetch function,
Okay.
set data response. So what it will do, the data we have fetched, it will go into that data state where we write on the top of the function side. So on that data we run a loop, and we we show the data which coming from that API.
Okay.
So for this we have used map function.
Okay. So yeah, mostly we use for that. So what is the difference? Can you understand the difference between a simple for loop or map? Like, not I'm saying how they are written, but do you feel what is the main advantage or something you get from, not just for JSX, I'm saying, like in any program, why you will use for, and like why you will use map? Anyone is better, or in any example?
I think in React, map is better because we cannot write for loop inside JSX
Mm-hmm.
for iterating array, because JSX return an object. That's why map is better in React. But the difference between both, I don't know.
Yeah. So I think that point is fine that you don't write for in React. Do
Yes,
you know exact reason why we cannot write for in React?
because JSX element return an object, so
Yeah.
it will convert into object. So for
Yeah.
that reason, we are not write. We cannot write for in object.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So any latest JavaScript, ES6, ES7, these are some style of
Yes,
JavaScript.
I know ES6. Yes, I know
Oh,
ES6.
okay. Can you tell me any perfect example, like which is the most used ES6 tags for you, like what you are using daily, which will be very helpful?
So I am using a spread operator
Mm-hmm.
most of the time.
Okay.
So if we have two objects or
Mhm.
array, so if you want to post the data, so uh, what happen? We have two objects, so we have to collab them. So we cannot send both objects differently. If we try to send, then it will create two objects in database. So what we will do, we will create an array, and inside an array we will write three dots and first object, and same for second object. So it will club. So what it will do, it will send an array where,
Okay.
or if you want to send an array of objects. So like I will give you an example. If you have two objects, so if you want to club both these objects,
What do
both
you
keys
mean
and
by
values in
club?
sync,
What do you mean by club? Two objects?
uh, merge. I am trying to say merge. If you want to merge both two arrays,
Properties. You
two
mean
objects,
merging the properties? Yeah.
yes, merging means if you want both key value pairs of that object in single object.
Okay.
For that,
So
we
yeah,
use
that is perfect.
spread
I
operator.
want to just ask one more thing in this. If those two objects which you are merging through spread, if
Yes.
they have some common property, like suppose both has a property named age, so what will happen? Like if both of them have age, so what will happen if you use spread for both of them?
Mm, I think it will override, but this will not this will not happen with me till now. But I'm thinking that it will rewrite that
And rewrite, then which will be the age, like the first element or the later element, which will be the
later element.
okay. Okay. So have you tried TypeScript?
No, I have not tried
Okay.
TypeScript. I'm
Okay.
learning, but
Okay. Okay. Fine. So next, I'll jump into some React concepts again, coming back
okay.
from JavaScript. So you must have used hooks.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me any hook which you use almost like in every program.
In every program, we use two hooks like use state and use effect. For
Hmm.
data fetching, we set the data when we
Hmm.
get the response when we set the data into a use state hook.
Okay.
And for the data rendering, we use effect hook. Basically, use state hook in JavaScript. What we will do, we have declare directly a variable, but React provides us hook, so we can write sorry we can pass the data in that hook by what response we will getting, so we can look through that response. And for this response showing, we have to use effect. And in this use effect will two parameters, one is callback and one is empty array. Or if you want to render only the use effect that time, so we can give the dependency on that. So
Okay.
basically we will use empty array in use effect. So these two hooks we use many times.
Okay. So suppose you are setting state
Yes, yes.
in use effect, then can you put that state variable in dependency array?
No. If we can put, but if we put the this will run an infinite loop.
Yeah. So that
If
is
we are setting yes, if we are setting data on that state, so it will run an infinite loop. So for
okay.
this reason, we will not set the dependency of that.
Okay. Coming back to React, like have you used pure React or you used any library with React?
I have used pure React. I am working on a project where I don't need a library.
Okay.
So I am working on so for global state, I am using app context.
Okay. You are
So
using
basically my projects, yes, I am using context. So my project is not that big for using Redux. So I have not used Redux. So I'm using only app context. But currently I'm learning Redux. I'm trying to learning the concepts of Redux.
so regarding context API,
Yes,
so where you are using it for, I think, global data. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So are you using use reducer with it or just using the context API?
I'm just using the context.
Okay. So can we declare more than two context in an application?
No. We cannot declare.
Okay. And how you will use this use context API?
So okay, basically use context will we have to first create, and
Mm-hmm.
after that we have to provide and where we want to consume that. So we can call the use context and we can consume. For this, we have to wrap the component with app context provider.
Okay. Provider.
Basically, we wrap the
Yeah.
yes, we wrap the whole component of app in I think index.js or yes index.js. We wrap our whole component in app
Okay.
provider.
Okay.
Yes.
So can we put this provider at a lower level? Like you write it at you said app.js level, but
Yes.
can we put it at another component level, like not at app.js, but maybe somewhere below?
I think yes, we can provide, but we can use for only for that also. we can use only for that. Then we
Yeah, yeah,
cannot
yeah.
use the state for whole.
Yeah, yeah. That is fine. You will limit the context.
Yes, you will
You will
limit the
limit the
context. Yes,
scope of that.
yes,
Okay. Now, another question is, can you use context in the same file or maybe same function where you have declared this provider? Like, if you put a provider, can you use context just about it, like just about that in the same
Mm,
function, or no?
sorry, I don't know about this. I have not tried this yet.
Okay, okay, no issues.
Yes,
So, when you use this import export, you import and export different libraries. So
yes,
sometimes you use import and then you just put the name of something, and sometimes you put curly braces and put different, like for use state, and you put curly braces. So can you tell
yes, yes.
me why there are these two different kind of imports we do?
So if we want to import only uh, single item from that library, if
Mm-hmm.
so basically we import React from React. So
Mm-hmm.
after that we write use effect, use state, use
Mm-hmm.
reducer, what we want to import. So basically what we are doing, we can import multiple modules from that
Mm-hmm.
React. So where we use curly braces for this.
Okay.
And if you want to import only single, so we do not use the curly braces.
Suppose you
Yes,
want only, you are importing only one thing. Suppose you are importing only
yes,
use state. So
yes,
then also you will put curly braces. Why so? You said na single thing we want, like
yes,
React.
yes.
Is it something about that library or something? You know this?
I think there is a bundler. So we can, if we want to use that bundler, so we have to use curly braces.
Okay.
I have not learned about deep in
Yeah.
this, but I think that we have a bundler for that.
Yeah. So this again is related to JavaScript. JavaScript is said to be single threaded or something like that. So
Yes, yes.
have you heard this? Like, what is single threaded? What is this?
So single threaded is basically what JavaScript do is JavaScript read the code line by line. So this is single threaded.
Okay. Okay. Then can you make anything in JavaScript which you can make in React? Like, can you make the same site in JavaScript in React? I'm not saying it is simple or hard, but can you make whatever you are
Yes,
making?
yes. We can make what we are building in React, but the function, but the refresh, like React provide virtual DOM, so our page is not refreshed by
Mhm.
using router, and but this is not possible in JavaScript. But we can create exact website in JavaScript like we are creating in React. But we cannot give the functionalities like routing, like React does not refresh the page, but JavaScript, if we JavaScript directly hit the DOM, so we can create same website, but there is some difference
Okay.
in functionalities. Okay.
So you have explained little bit about this virtual DOM, and can you explain a bit more, like virtual, what is real DOM? First of all, like what is DOM?
The DOM is a document object model.
Mm-hmm.
In JavaScript, when we write code in plain JavaScript, what JavaScript does, JavaScript directly change the whole DOM.
Mm-hmm.
But in React, what React does, React creates the copy of that DOM. So React uses virtual DOM.
Mm-hmm.
So if we want to change if we want to change some value, if we change some part of that element, so what React does, React only changes that. React does not load full page. So React create copy of that, and React only changes that. So this is difference between virtual DOM and DOM.
Okay. So React changes only some part, you say, and
Yes.
then does it, so virtual DOM will directly affect the real DOM, or finally it will go to real DOM? What is this process? Do you know something?
No, it will create copies. It will create copies of virtual DOM, and it finally it will create. It will go to DOM.
Okay. Okay. So related to this, have you used keys like key prop?
Yes, yes, yes.
What is its
Basically,
purpose? Yeah.
uh, when we run a loop, so we use keys in React. So purpose of keys is if we purpose of keys is it tells that virtual it tells virtual DOM. So if I change this, so you have to change this only. So if we not give keys, so it will not identify. So key is an identifier in our React.
In React Virtual DOM, you're saying?
Yes, virtual DOM.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So there is a different question, which is what is prop drilling? Have you heard this term, prop drilling?
Yes, when we pass too many data from parent to child,
Mhm.
so what we when we pass data from parent to child, so we can do this in limit. We cannot do in every component. Like if we want to pass data from A to D, so
Mhm.
we have to go from A, B, C, D like that in order. We cannot pass directly data A to D. So this is called prop drilling, and when we do more profs, when we pass more profs, so it will happen prop drilling. So uh, for for this we use app context or redux if we don't want to do this.
Okay. Okay. So I think final question, uh, if you are not using context API or Redux, then if you want to send some data from child to some other component, not its child component, but its parent component, so how you will do it?
So we have to send a function for this we have to send function so we can access that function there
Okay. Where this function
in
will be actually declared?
I think we will destructure the function and we can use inside that parent component.
So this function will be declared in the child or in the parent, where it will be declared.
Uh, I think it will be declared in parent. We are passing data from parent to child to parent. No? So
Mhm.
we have to declare in parent.
Mhm. And it will be called where? In the parent or in the child?
It will be called in parent.
Okay. Okay.